Alright, welcome back to our channel. I'm Teacher Wang and today we'll be sharing this question from SMO Junior. So first, let's take a look at this question. We're asked to find the minimum value for this whole function. So, all we need to focus is on this fraction part. But take note that in front, we are minusing this part. So are we looking for the maximum value or minimum value? We are looking for the maximum value for this fraction alone. And let's check. For this fraction, the numerator is a fixed number, so we can put it aside and only look at the denominator. X squared minus 4x plus 5. So let's see, what are the basic properties for squares? Let's take a look. When we have a plus b, then we take the square. What should be the end result? First, by squaring a number, we know it's the number times itself. So here we have a plus b times itself. Then, how to do the expansion here? In case you don't know, we can apply the so-called arrow method. So let's play along with it. When we shoot an arrow from this a to another a, we obtain a squared. And then we shoot another arrow, get ab. Same story for the b, we get another ab, and lastly we will get this b squared. And we can simplify to get this term. So, in case you don't know, here we have obtained something very important throughout your secondary school life. It's called the perfect square formula. And it looks exactly like this, where we have the sum of two numbers, then taking the square. The end result is just, wow, left square, right square. And how about the middle term? It's just twice of the product of these two numbers. So, a quicker way to memorize this formula is just left square, right square, twice a product in the middle. But wait a second. How about in the bracket, we don't have a plus b. Instead, we have a minus b. Let's check together what will happen. So here, if a minus b, we take the square. Again, it's the number times itself. And then after expansion, we will see, wow, the result is quite similar. Only one sign has changed. So here, be careful. When we have minus, then the middle plus 2ab will be flipped to be minus 2ab. So, having obtained these two formulas, next, let's look at the squares and how it's linked to finding minimum. So, if we have x squared, let's say, and x is a real number that can take any value, tell me, what is the minimum value for this x squared? It should be 0, exactly. So, we have any square that should be non-negative, and we know the minimum value is 0. Then, how about I twist a bit? I put x plus 1, then take the square. What is the minimum value? Wow, amazing! It's still 0. So here we notice, whatever is in the bracket, it's not important. As long as we are squaring a number, we know the minimum value is 0. But you know, in real exams, the teachers and the examiners are not so kind. They will not give us directly the squares. So sometimes we'll be facing a format like this. Then for this thing, what is the minimum value? Let's think for a while. What is the minimum value of this thing? Wow, this thing looks a bit familiar from our last page. The perfect square formula, where we have left square, right square, twice a product in the middle. So let's check, does this one fit into our rule? So left side, square. Indeed, it's the square of x. Then right hand side, wow, 1. Is it a square? Yes, it's the square of what? It's the square of number 1. So already we have left square, right square. Lastly, we need to check the middle term. Is it twice of the product of x and 1? Yes, it is. So we know this line is actually a perfect square. Or we can rewrite it as, wow, x plus 1, taking the square. And what is the minimum value for this thing? Oh, it's again 0. So here we can find the minimum value by converting the given expression into a perfect square. And this procedure, this trick we're doing is called complete the square. So let's try another case where we have x squared plus 6x. Then what should be filled in this third term such that we can obtain another perfect square? Let's see. Left hand side, indeed we have a square of x. Then right hand side, this term is absent. But the middle term is already given to us, 6x. And we know it should be twice of the product of x and something. So let's check. What is this something? 2 times x times what will give us the 6x? Ooh, so we know here is 3. So on the third term, what should we put? Should we directly put 3? No, remember left square, right square. So we need to put the square of 3, which is 9. So we put 9 here, and right hand side, what do we put? Yes, we just put x plus a 3. So having completed these two cases, let's summarize. When we have a general case like this, x squared plus 2ax, then what should be put on the third term? Let's see. We just need to check the middle term here, 2ax. Then we take half of the coefficient of x and then square it. So tell me, what should be filled on the third term? Exactly. It should be a squared. And right hand side, what do we write? Yes, x plus a. So we have obtained the general form for completing the square. So let's try another example. Let's say when we have x squared plus ax plus 21. How do we complete this square? We just need to check the coefficient of x. Here is 8. And we need to take half of it, which is 4. Then take the square. Yes, we take the square to have 16. So ideally, we want the third term to be 16. But here, we have 21 instead. So what should we do? Rest assured, does 21 contain 16? Yes, it does. So we can write this 21 as a sum of 16 and 5. So here, besides the 16, we have an extra 5. And still, we can write the perfect square like this, but followed by the extra 5. So tell me, for this expression, what is the minimum value? Is it still 0? Here we have this extra 5. So the new minimum value should be 5, exactly. So here we see, by using the skill of completing the square, we can always find the minimum value easily. And let's get back to our question, where we are only curious about this denominator. So let's try to see how we can deal with this part. So here we observe, we already have x squared minus 4x. So usually what should be on the third term such that we can create a perfect square? Again, we take half of the coefficient of x, which is 2. Then we take the square of it and fill here with 4. And right hand side, what do we have? X what 2. Be careful with the sign here because we have a minus. So here we have x minus 2. So we have completed the square. And for the denominator, it has plus 5 instead of 4. So we can write it as, a perfect square plus an extra 1. Then tell me what's the minimum value for this thing? It's simply 0 plus 1, which is 1. So we know denominator minimum value is 1. And when this denominator is minimal, we know the whole fraction is maximized. And reversely, the whole function is again minimum. And that is exactly what we want for this question. So here we can write the minimum value for this function is just 2015 minus 10 over 1, which will finally give us 2005. So which is our correct answer? Yes, it is B. Successfully, we have completed this question together. And let's take a quick review. What have we learned from this question? First, it's the very crucial perfect square formula. The plus version is like this, and the minus version, remember to change the sign. And a quicker way to memorize it is left square, right square, twice the product in the middle. And what is the second skill we obtain? It's when we are asked to find max or minimum value. What is the skill we use? We use completing the square, exactly. And here we list down the general form for completing the square. So what should we put on the third term? Yes, a squared. And right hand side is simply x plus a. So the trick to remember here is we take half of the coefficient of x. And then remember to square it. So that's it for today. And if you feel confident enough, you can try out our next practice question. It's pretty close to our previous question. And if you have any doubts, you can just contact me using this contact on the right hand side. And on left hand side, there are 2 QR codes for our WhatsApp groups, especially for S1 and S2 students and parents. You can always contact us to find out more secondary math guidance and also free study materials. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more problem explanations. So, last, I know some of you have been waiting long for this one. So, the answer to our previous question in the previous video, this one. Are you ready for the answer? Yes, it is 22.5. So, did you get it correct? If yes, congratulations. If no, don't worry. Just feel free to contact me and we will have a little discussion about how to get this correct answer. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.